Alrighty, so it has been a minute and we've got another Ho'opili update because there's a lot of changes and a lot of new things you guys need to know for fall and winter of 2023. I just spent yesterday afternoon with the Ho'opili Agent Forum. So it was a really intimate group of about 50 agents that were invite only to this event, just really breaking it down, answering a lot of questions that we get, not only from clients, but from agents across the state wanting to know more about this new neighborhood. Just so you guys know, like, this place is not slowing down anytime soon. Despite what someone might think, or despite thinking that demand is going down, it's actually the opposite. And demand continues to increase in Ho'opili, which is really exciting. So you guys saw I just closed on our second condo last month, or actually last week technically, but we just got in, we are getting situated in Nahele. It's been a crazy last week trying to move everything, and we're really excited to now get to meet all of our neighbors. And one of the main themes that came up yesterday in this agent forum was that Ho'opili means like gathering community, I think that's what they said. But the whole point is, when I was explaining this to another agent, in Ocean Point and Ho'akale, it can feel very boxy and closed off. And in Ho'opili, we actually interact with each other a lot, right? There's open concepts, fences are lower, so we're actually saying hi to the neighbor. I made a joke in the Barbie movie, when they wake up, they're like, hi Barbie, hi Barbie. And in Ho'opili, it's good morning neighbor, because you're actually seeing your neighbor's faces. So I'm really excited about that aspect for sure. But today, I've got 3 pages of notes I want to recap with you of all the things coming. So let's just do a recap on the neighborhood. If you're not familiar, it's more than a neighborhood. It's more like an entire city. In fact, they've only completed about 2,500 total homes so far out of 12,000 total. So technically, this is kind of like a new zip code. It's just not an official new zip code yet. It's technically part of Ewa Beach, but it's right there on the border of Kapolei. It's sandwiched in the middle, but it feels like its own city. And so that's what's really cool. We were talking about schools. People were asking, well, when are the schools coming? There's 5 new schools coming, right? Well, they just finished the middle school, so there's not going to be another middle school coming for at least 10 years, but that middle school is going to be where the soccer fields are right now. And I think the first school to be built is going to be the high school, which is going to be along the freeway side. Ewa Beach needs it desperately, so I'm really excited for that one to come. Again, timeline, no one knows. It's totally up to the city and state to figure that out, and the Department of Education. But fingers crossed. And then the other thing we said was that 30% of all homes will be affordable housing, and this also includes rentals. So if you look at the Ho'opili area, there is already privately owned rental complexes within the Ho'opili community. That counts as affordable. And then there's Kaikoi, which is affordable housing. Those have that 10-year minimum occupancy for homeowners, but it allows them to buy a property under market value, which is great, and get into that first-time home ownership. We don't know if more are coming, but I'm assuming more are. We just don't have a timeline yet. And then one of the things we brought up is that when you think of new construction, there's a number of projects on the island. So for example, today we're filming in Kaka'ako. We're surrounded by luxury condos in this really up-and-coming ward village. This isn't so affordable. This is definitely high-end lifestyle, but you get everything beautiful, right? And you get amenity, you get close proximity to everything. However, on the Ho'opili side, we call it attainable housing. It's not affordable because it's not income bracket related, but it's attainable, meaning middle class in Hawaii can afford to live here. So nowhere else on the island can you find a condo for about $400,000, brand new out of the box. Everywhere else you're gonna see an older condo, or if it's a new construction condo, new is starting at $500, $550. Same thing on the single family home. If you're looking for a brand new construction, if you're looking at the other developments like Koa Ridge or Ewa Gentry, $950 plus minimum on a single family, more like $1 million plus. But in Ho'opili, you can buy a new construction single family home for as little as the low 900,000s. Like Ikena was starting at $915. They just finished Mamaka, which had them at $820, $815, which is crazy. And there's more of those coming down the pipeline. So that's really exciting. We have been announced that there is a second festival street coming to the neighborhood. So if you guys are familiar with the neighborhood, when you first drive in, you've got the orange buildings, which are Kohina, and a couple blocks down, you have Festival Street. They do farmers markets, events, they have a Halloween festival, they do all kinds of community events on this street, and they're gonna be having a second one somewhere. So we don't know where that is yet, but it's coming, which is fun. And then that one is lined with flex units. So we know there's commercial spaces on the bottom where you can live upstairs, have your business downstairs, and it's a really cool concept. Another fun fact about the neighborhood is within an 8-mile radius, there is 10 golf courses. So if you are an avid golfer, this is a perfect place to call home, and you can go to different golf courses within different price ranges within 5 to 10 minutes. Another one is the rail lifestyle, right? We know this, but quick recap. Ho'opili has 3 rail stations within the community, and it makes it so easy for you to have a bike or to have an electric scooter, and you can literally just hop onto the rail, go wherever you need to go. We know the rail isn't finished yet, But as of now, it goes all the way to the stadium. We already have residents commuting this way where they get off the rail station. Maybe you're going to Pearl Ridge or something, take your little electric scooter, and you can go 25 miles per hour on those things and just zoom to wherever you need to go and then zoom right back. And so you don't have to deal with any traffic. Literally this morning, my videographer and I were stuck in over an hour of traffic from Eva Beach trying to get here into town. And so it is a very real thing. If you can take that rail, guess what? You don't have to pay attention to what's going on. You don't have to have your eyes on the road. You can have free Wi-Fi and you can work or you can read or sleep if you want to. It's just a totally different lifestyle when you think of commute that way. And then another fun fact is that Ho'opili has been super conscious about planting sustainable food within the community. So every home comes with some kind of fruit tree. A lot of them are citrus, like limes, lemons. I think I've seen avocado, and there's for sure ulu being grown, which is really great. And so it's part of this concept of that we should be planting our food. And the newer releases like Kanalani actually come with a garden box filled with vegetables when you move in, which is also really fun. So if you've been wanting to incorporate that more into your lifestyle, Ho'opili's already doing it, and they're setting the path of how they're gonna do that. We've also got the Herb is the nickname we're calling it right now, but it's the urban garden coming, which is pretty much, I don't even know how much space that is, an acre, I would say at least, of open space, but it's gonna become the future urban garden of the community. So if you live in a condo and you don't have grass, well, you can reserve one of the urban garden centers and you can plant your fruits and vegetables there and grow it and hang out with other community members, which will be really great. Let's roll into investors real quick. So I get a lot of questions. Can investors buy Ho'opili? Yes, but not all the time. So the way that they're rolling this out is especially specific to Nahele, which are the 5-story new condo releases going on this year and next year. Half of every floor must go to owner occupant first. So if those floors do not sell out, then of course there could be opportunity for investors to buy the second half of those floor releases, right? But based on my past experience and based on what my intuition is telling me for the future, there is extremely high demand for owner occupant. And so long as those owner occupants are claiming them up and scooping them, then they're gonna be sold out quicker than you know it. Okay, let's kind of roll into Nahele specific because again, lots of questions. They've only released 2 buildings so far that are owner occupant. Building number 3 is coming really, really soon, wink, wink. So the time to get prepared is now, but there's been a couple of changes. So if you've been listening and you're kind of in on it, maybe you've heard that there's a lawsuit going on, and there is. And all I can say is, I mean, definitely we'll share these documents if you guys want to see the specific lawsuit claim, but it has to do with a piece of construction. I want to say it's like a metal strap for the foundation that somebody in Building 5 made a lawsuit claim against D.R. Horton. D.R. Horton is fighting tooth and nail to get this lawsuit figured out. But in the meantime, it means that because of this pending lawsuit action, they cannot have VA approval or FHA approval or Fannie, Freddie Mac, USDA loans, etc. cannot be financed, which is a big hit to a lot of buyers. A lot of people are looking for those low down payment options to get into a condo for the first time, and now all of a sudden we can't. So that does provide some opportunity for investors and people with more cash. I've got one client for sure, she has over 20% down that's gonna be getting one. We're gonna go for that next release. I've got multiple in the lineup who are also gonna be selling a house and wanting to buy in Nahele, which they have significant cash to buy. Now this is a great opportunity for them when hopefully there'll be a little bit less demand that they can actually get these homes with more down payment and just do a portfolio loan. You do have to do it within 5 banks of D.R. Horton's choice. However, you cannot just go to any portfolio loan that's out there. They want you to use their 5 preferred banks, which I can give you guys that info too. Or actually, I'll just list it right now. So it's First Hawaiian Bank. I think they had minimum 10% down option. Second one is American Savings Bank, Central Pacific Bank, and Territorial Savings Bank. And I feel like there's one more. Oh, Finance Factors. So those are the 5, and that's kind of all that we're limited to right now for Nahele. So kind of, it's good and it's also bad. It's a hot mix up, but one thing to know is, like, again, they've only done 2 buildings out of 9 total, so there's 7 buildings to go. I think it's a total of 390 units. So this is gonna be selling for another 1.5 years at least. I can actively see the next building just got painted over next to us, so there's more coming, just be patient. And ideally, they're getting that lawsuit figured out ASAP so that VA, USDA, etc. will be cleared soon. What else can I tell you? Nahele, again, model units. So we got a really cool VIP first look at the models. There's actually a 3-bedroom unit and a 1-bedroom unit on the ground floor of Building 5. That's going to be the new model tours. So if you're interested and you want to see finishes, you want to touch it, feel it, get inspiration for decor, we're going to be able to do that hopefully at the end of this month when it's open to the public. But getting to go yesterday was really cool. So I'll share you some B-roll, what I took from my iPhone, and then we'll get you guys a formal tour once it opens up again with a nice camera. But in the meantime, I've got it on my phone. So if you really want the first look, I can text it to you or email it to you and we'll get you in on that scoop. All right, we took a quick donut intermission. We are actually located here at Holy Grail today for fun, just to show you guys a cool place to eat and try new things. Fun fact, their hot single donuts are actually made with our family honey called Tolentino Honey Co. and they're delicious with sea salt, so good. Let's roll into Ikena. Ikena are gonna be those single families. They're more mid-century modern style with more of the triangular roof shape, really cool homes. They've got 2 single-story plans available now, and I think 2-story, 4-bedroom homes. There's 2 available. So first come, first serve. Everything in Ho'opili is first come, first serve, but not everything sells out right away. So Ikena still has some inventory left. And what's really unique about it, Ikena, again, the pricing is great. It starts at the low 900s for a brand new single family home, starting at 3 bedrooms, 2 bath, and just goes up from there. This one is unique because they have an ADU floor plan. So that floor plan alone is sold out, but there's more coming. And what's cool about it is that when you look on the map, and we'll make sure to pop up a picture for you, there's a detached entrance on the back of the home for that ADU. So a couple of creative solutions for this. What would you need an ADU for, right? Well, number one, it can be a backup plan, right? You can live in it, and then you can rent out the other side, or you could just have it there for guests or whoever wants to come stay, et cetera, et cetera. If you needed the supplemental income, you could rent it out. Or what if you have that mother-in-law or that family member that needs to stay with you, but you want them like in your house? You can actually have them attached to your house, but with a separate entrance. It does have a kitchen inside and all of that. And then the third bonus is have a work from home location, right? You can really detach your office if you're, I don't know, let's say a counselor or even a nail tech. Like you could absolutely have your business outside of your ADU that people don't have to walk all the way through your main house for, which I love that. So lots more coming for Ikena. Let me know if you guys want information on that with floor plans, price points, etc. Second one is gonna be Kanalani. So Kanalani was started to be released this summer. I believe they are selling the first release all sold out too, so they have another release coming soon. Fun fact, so for Kanalani and Ikena, DHI Mortgage, which is D.R. Horton's in-house lender, they're offering $6,000 in seller credits plus an additional $1,000 credit, which means you're getting a total of $7,000 for those frontline workers, which are teachers, police, fire, healthcare, military, and veterans for your closing costs. So let's say your closing costs are $10,000. Well, you just got $7,000 off for free, so you only have to come to the table with $3,000. That's a win. And then Ikena and all of these single families, Kanalani, the Bluffs, are not affected with the lawsuit. So you can do zero down VA. You can do FHA on these homes. And there's a lot more creative financing options that we can provide to you on these. DHI had a special interest rate flyer, which we'll pop that up for you too. But they're offering right now 5.5% interest, which is really great. On a VA right now, on a traditional home that's not new construction, we're talking at least 6.25 to 6.75. So if you're getting a whole point less with DHI, take the deal, absolutely. We went with DHI for our condo purchases on both of them and got them way, I feel like a steal compared to what the rest of my clients are dealing with outside of new construction. Not to say that rates are everything, but if there's an offer, take the offer. Like that's the whole incentive. If you are a conventional loan with DHI, their offer right now is 5.99% for conventional, which is really great. So pretty much 6% because we're seeing up to 7.5% on conventional on the rest of the market. So that's a huge discount there too. But note here with the asterisk is that it's limited based on funding available. First come, first serve, of course. This is not a never-ending offer. Eventually this is going to expire, so there is urgency here. The next one for single families is the Bluffs at Nanaina, right? So those are the ones that are luxury. They're located on the edge there with the view of town, mountain views, beautiful. You're kind of elevated above the rest of Eva Beach, which is really great. But those ones are halfway sold out. And so if you look at the grid of the block, the Mackay side is sold out and the other half is coming out next, but no more is coming after that. After the Bluffs are done, they are done because of that special location in Ho'opili where they have that view and that bigger area. Pricing here starts at 1.2 million up to 1.45 and you get what you pay for. So I did go and tour a couple more of those yesterday. They're just unlike anything else in the neighborhood. Beautiful, oversized, huge islands with waterfall countertops, upgraded KitchenAid appliances, large yards, coffered ceilings, like it's just so good. And then with the Bluffs, unique to Ho'opili, it's the only development in there that has a 5-bedroom floor plan. So if you've got those big ohanas that need multiple bedrooms, this is the place to be. And one topic I just want to talk about, when I say the sticker price of 1.2, 1.3, 1.3, a lot of people get like scoff at that. Like, oh my God, that's so expensive. But when you think about what you're getting, if I was trying to get this kind of home on the regular market, that's not new construction, it's a $1.5 million price point. It's a great price. And it's not going down. Even if the market were to like have a recession or have an adjustment period, it's not gonna go below 1.2. And fast forward in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, what do you think that price is gonna do? It's just up and up and up and up, because again, there's limited amounts. Once they're sold, they're sold. And what do you think is gonna happen when people start to sell these bluffs? Price is gonna go up, price is gonna go up. I was talking to a sales agent yesterday and she said they have a Google exec that's trying to buy one for 1.7. And she's like, honey, that's not how it works. It's first come, first serve. You get what you get. You can't outbid it. You can't try to get in with extra money. It's really, they're trying to be as fair as possible, but there's demand for these and people are willing to pay way higher than what it's actually worth, which is pretty cool. And then just to note, so for all of these releases, for single family and for condos, if you reserve a unit, how long can you expect to actually move into it? They're really trying to push back the release so that it's actually 60 to 75 days to move in, which is great, right? So you're getting to move in within 2.5 months, which is really quick on new construction. Previous to 2023, they were releasing them 6-8 months out. As soon as they kick the dirt, they'd say, okay, lots for sale. And you'd really have to wait a long time to move in. And now they've pushed it back towards the end. So things are already finished. By the time you're reserving it, studs are up, siding's on, and you can really see the progress on your home, which is fun. Okay, we're wrapping this up soon. So what is coming next, right? So those are our existing releases. They're coming out every month. What's gonna come out this fall that we haven't seen yet is gonna be Molehu. So Molehu is similar to Mamaka, but it's a more traditional style. So if you go, you guys know where the Pineapple and Apple Park is, there's more traditional style homes. They're not gonna be the modern ones. It's gonna look like that, but it's Mamaka footprint. So Mamaka is a much smaller home, 1,100, 1,200 square feet. Price points on those were the low 800s for a single family, but that's coming at the end of this year, we're expecting. So hopefully November, December, we'll start to see some of those. It's gonna be closer to the H2 side, but they're gonna have larger yards than Mamaka does, which is great because the current Mamakas are pretty small. It's definitely a little boxy village, but you get a single family home and it's a great price point. These ones are gonna have larger yards. After that, next one's gonna be Noho Papa, which is a single family again, similar to Kanalani. We don't have renderings yet, but again, more traditional style looking. And then those are gonna be single family, larger yard, the 3 to 4 bedroom floor plans. Last thing I wanted to wrap this up was financing FAQs. So there's some fun facts that DHI and D.R. Horton offer to help buyers in all areas of finance. So one of the biggest objections we hear is that people feel like their credit score is really low, and so that's why they can't afford to buy. So they have this thing called the DHI Mortgage Home Buyers Club, which will for free help you improve your credit. They have this algorithm and they plug in all these numbers with your credit report, and they're gonna spit on the other side, okay, here's your homework. You have 5 credit cards, you need to pay off this one first. Or you need to work on savings, or you need to clear this up and clear it up with the credit bureau or something like that. And so it's a really cool free program that's not like some credit counseling course you have to go through. It's literally like homework. Like, okay, this is where we're at. We're at 620, let's get to 650 so you can get a better rate, and it's gonna tell you exactly what to do, which is cool. I didn't know that they offer that. The other thing is it can help you save money on your PMI, which is your private mortgage insurance. So if you're financing with DHI, and you complete the Home Buyers Club and you join it, they can actually reduce your private mortgage insurance payment. And we know private mortgage insurance is only required if you're putting less than 20% down. So that just helps give peace of mind to the bank that if you were to default on your loan, then that insurance policy helps cover your mortgage. The other thing is they have this Main Street Stars program, which is what I talked about earlier. It's just for those frontline workers, military veterans, healthcare teachers, fire, police. You get that $1,000 bonus seller's credit, which is really great. A great resource for you guys, we'll throw up the text for you in the video, is discoverho'opili.com. It's a really comprehensive guide of the neighborhood and all of the floor plans they have, but then it talks about, we've got Kamakana Ali'i Mall right there, we've got Waikai lineup, we've got golf, we've got surf, we've got hikes. Like, you really just get a sense of the community and the lifestyle that you get to enjoy in Ho'opili, all summed up into one beautiful page. So that's really great. Last few questions was that someone asked about future pools, because as we know, there's only one swimming pool right now in Ho'opili. They didn't say if there's gonna be more, but they did say there's a splash pad park coming, which is really great. So there's a lot of young families in Ho'opili. One of the reasons I love it so much is because my kids are always surrounded by kids their age, and there's a lot of life happening. But the splash pad is gonna be a hot spot. It's usually where they have like a water feature that the kids can play in, which will be really fun. And then someone else asked about a gym, if they're gonna install a gym. And I think the answer is no, because of the cost. So one of the things Ho'opili is constantly being mindful of is the cost to homeowners with that HOA and the association fee, right? If we add a gym, everyone's payment's gonna go up. And I don't think a majority of people wanna pay for that if they're not gonna be using it. So there is room for someone to buy a commercial space, hint, hint, knowing that there is commercial spaces for sale right now in Ho'opili, bottom of Kaikea. There's also some other spaces in the front of Kohina, I believe, that are available, and more commercial spaces to come where someone should open a gym. Please open a gym. I was just telling somebody yesterday on Instagram, they were like, what businesses are missing from Ho'opili? What does the consumer want that's not there yet? And I said, give me a space where I can have membership, drop in at 5 a.m. and then go do my day. Right now, it's only in the flex units. It's very like personal trainer type of oriented businesses, and it's appointment only, and the times never work with my schedule. So if somebody created that, that would be awesome. But that is a lot, guys. That's probably a 10-minute rant and rave about Ho'opili. There's so much coming. And to say that I have more information is just an understatement. I know so much about this neighborhood, not only from living here, but from helping over a dozen people like you who have found me on YouTube, watched the videos, and taken the first steps towards getting pre-approval. As a reminder, recap, if you are interested in getting started, step number 1 is to reach out to me and let me know what area you're interested and what your timeline is like. Step number 2, I'm gonna register you with the sales office, because if you are to reach out to the sales office first and not tell me or tell them that you're working with me, unfortunately, I lose the right to represent you, which I am legally bound to do if you tell me that we're working together. But otherwise, they can stake claim to you and say, oh, we got you first, Marina can't help you anymore, and we don't want that situation. Then step number 3 is gonna be pre-approval, right, where we're uploading your income documents, making sure your credit's good, and we can get you pre-approved for any of those developments with either those 5 for Nahele or for DHI Mortgage, which is on the single family side. And then step number 4, we're gonna wait for those releases. I'm gonna be on the edge of my seat, making sure that I reserve that for you so you don't have to stress and lose sleep overnight. If it need be, I will camp out for 30 hours, which I've done previously for Nahele, to get you a home. And then step number 5, we reserve the home, we move in 60 to 75 days later, and we move in and celebrate. Okay guys, that's a lot of information. I'm gonna link below some extra things in the description for you. We've got more coming, but don't hesitate to reach out. I've met probably 3 people in the last 24 hours who said they watched my YouTube videos, but I haven't heard from you. That was the first time I knew that you existed. So if you're watching this, I want to hear from you. I want you to say, Marina, I've been watching your videos. I'm like inspired, want to take action, but it doesn't mean that I'm going to demand anything from you or sell you. I just want to be able to help you with information. So I appreciate you guys for watching. I'm glad that it's getting out there to the masses, and I look forward to talking with you guys soon. See ya.